As a business consultant, have you ever felt stuck trying to scale your business because everything seems to rely on you? Now, a lot of the time, we're looking for growth, stable, consistent growth, but because everything falls on our shoulders, it's very, very difficult because we want to be doing the high value, fun, engaging, rewarding work, but we often get trapped into other areas of the business. Now, the key here isn't to abdicate responsibility. So we're not trying to outsource or abdicate or any of that. You're still the magic of the business, and that's the important part. So if you try and outsource or abdicate your magic, that's when things start to really fall apart because that essence isn't conveyed. Now, my big idea is that we want to be able to replicate yourself. So having different versions of yourself doing different parts on the internet. Now, what we really want is like predictable pipeline of opportunities, predictable deal flow of clients, and a predictable way to actually deliver the work and get that done. So this replicate yourself concept is all about having 3 pillars. All right, so we've got the first pillar, which is creating the digital version of you. We've got the second pillar, which is creating the virtual version of you. And we've got the third pillar, which is creating the AI version of you. All right, so once we've replicated you, and I'll talk more about these in a sec. Once we've replicated these and created the digital, virtual, and AI versions of you, that means that the real life version of you, the human being in the middle, is actually free to do the most lucrative work, the most enjoyable work that you're most passionate about, the most creative and energizing work, or simply just putting time back in your calendar to do stuff that you enjoy outside of work. All right, so that is the big idea with this concept of replicating yourself and building a marketing engine. So that's what the marketing engine looks like at a high level. There's 3 pillars. Now, if we dive in a little bit deeper, let's have a look at what each of them represents, okay? All right. Now, the digital version of you, where most people start off is that they are invisible, aka the best kept secret in the marketplace. What we really want to do is make you visible to the right people. And not visible in a look at me, show off kind of way, but just making sure that when people look you up, your name and your company show up. So we're talking here about making sure that your LinkedIn, your Google business listing, your YouTube, and probably your website are all singing from the same song sheet and you're putting your best foot forward. Now, the second pillar that we're looking to build is the virtual version of you. Now, this is essentially your client roadmap, your pipeline of opportunities and relationships. Now, most people when they start, they have got a good network, but it's dormant. So chances are you already have hundreds, probably dozens, if not hundreds of good quality potential clients or referrers in your network, but you have not made contact with them for some time. All right, so what we really need to do as we build out this marketing engine is to identify the low-hanging fruit in your network, which is the past clients, the past prospects, the people that are in the sweet spot type roles that you can serve, but who maybe you have not contacted in a while. Then we want to identify your dream 1,000. So identifying 1,000 strangers who fit the description of somebody that you can help. And so then our job is to work out what our 5-step nurture system is, a series of messages and ways to advance that relationship to take a contact to become a client. And then eventually that's going to grow into an email list because it's a much more scalable and easy way to communicate en masse is through an email list as opposed to sending individual messages all the time. Now, a lot of the time, the grunt work there is powered by a virtual assistant. It's not you doing all the grunt work, but it's your network, it's your messages, it's everything about you. It's your magic, but it's like engaging a postman to drop a Christmas card at a family member's house that lives in another city. It's still authentic, but you're getting someone else to do the grunt work. Okay, and that brings us to the third pillar, the AI version of you. Now, most people, or very often, a lot of the time, people may not be using AI initially, or maybe they're just using it in a very rudimentary way. What I help people do, and I encourage you to do, is to leverage AI and have everything you do being AI or GPT powered. All right, so I make a big point of saying it's AI powered but human crafted, because you don't want just generic AI written stuff. What you want is fully tailored content and ideas where it has understood and understands you, your business, your offers, your clients, all of those things about you is programmed in so that it can give really high quality advice and content and assets. So when you build out digital you, what that means is that people can actually get to know, like, and trust you before they ever meet you. And this is important because on average, people need to have spent like 47, 48 minutes with you before they're comfortable making a buying decision. So if you don't have LinkedIn or a Google business or a YouTube channel or a blog where people can actually spend time with the digital version of you, you're going to have to rely on your real life human time, 48 minutes at a time, with every single prospect so they get to know, like, and trust you. It's going to be much easier if you've got videos and articles and blogs and newsletters and everything else where people can get to know the digital version of you first. On the second pillar, the virtual you, what that means is that you have got a consistent client pipeline. You can see all the people in your network, all the people on your list, and you know exactly what to say to them and in what order. And then finally, that's like a bit like the marketing side of things. Sorry, that's a bit like the sales side of things. You're nurturing people. Down the bottom, we've got the AI you. That's like the delivery, creating the content and the assets and everything else. And to the first pillar, the digital you is like the marketing side of things. Marketing, sales, delivery. So when those three pillars all come together, you can expect to get some pretty serious results. Now, we've got Chris here who had a $47,000 win in terms of a core offer, but that was in addition to a $10,000 front end offer as well. So he was able to replicate himself, reach out to his low-hanging fruit, put an easy to say yes to offer in front of them, sell that out, and then win a $47,000 deal on the back of that. You've also got Dale, who picked up 2 high-value, high-net-worth clients through Digital Dale. Now, we had Digital Dale's content on LinkedIn. We had Digital Dale's network from the virtual Dale, and that article was powered by AI Dale, whilst real-life Dale was spending time between his Brighton Beach shack, his house up at Noosa, and heading over to Hong Kong and Singapore to see some of his clients. And we've also got John, who also picked up high-value client mandates through this exact process by leveraging the digital John, the virtual John, and the AI John. So if these stories and case studies appeal and you would like to be the next case study, please reach out. There'll be a link around here to have a conversation or a link to check out the way that I can help people. And you're going to meet more of these people in future videos and future emails so that we can really unpack exactly what they did so that you can apply that to your own business. So if that appeals, I would love to help guide you on this journey to building a marketing engine by replicating yourself using those 3 pillars. digital you, virtual you, and AI you. All right, hope that helps. Cheers.